Hey, man, when you look at this Ole Miss offense, this wide receiver group, what do you see?
Um, of course, man. I've been going against these guys for some years now. These guys are very talented. They big bodies, and they do a good job running the system and catching the ball. Very strong receivers, so we have to be technically sound and we have to be able to tackle well on these guys.
How much was last week a wake-up call maybe for the secondary and how you need to cover? I know it's different wide receivers this week, but the scheme at least.
For the most part, I feel like that we just have to, what I saw on film from last week, we didn't really give all our effort every play. Starting with me, and we have to take better angles to the ball. Of course, those guys was an elite group of receivers, but it's no excuse. We have to make sure we stay disciplined, even in our calls too. So it was a lot of mental errors that we had on our side of the ball that we must fix this week, man, going forward. Because this receiver group ain't no worse in my opinion, man. They just as good.
Last trip to the Rock.
Last trip to the Rock, man. Got to make it a memorable moment. I had a pretty good games against Ole Miss my past years, man. I want to try to make it a third time around right here, man. So I'm just gonna give it all I got for my team.
How much do you guys need the fans to show up because as you're turning this corner into the second half of the season?
Man, we really need to come out there and support. Like you said, we're trying to come out there and rock it out, man. We turn the season around. I feel like that, these last 6 games we're very capable of going out winning. And, it starts with this right here. So, we need all the support we can out there, get loud as they can against those guys, man. Let's go out there and ball and get a W.
You mentioned those games against Ole Miss. You guys have a nice little winning streak going against them. Just what do you remember from those games that have been in this streak?
For the most part, those games usually came at critical points in our season where we had to, overcome that hump and that adversity, man. And, Ole Miss usually be the time when we turned around. From what I've seen, and this game can really be another one of those turning points. It can be our first SEC win, and it can really launch us into a winning streak. So, like I said, it starts with this game, man. Just from the past instances, I feel like we can come out here, man. We get the W, do what we got to do. It can really be a boost for us.
There's a thing called Alabama hangover. I don't know if you guys believe in it or not. How do you make sure you don't have it against Ole Miss coming off of that game against Alabama?
You said Alabama hangover?
Where teams struggle a little bit after that.
We focus on coming back and focus on the fundamentals, and coming back and you have to have the amnesia. Alabama is no different from other teams. We haven't been in this stage. This is not a new stage for us. Losing the game, have to bounce back. We can't see it as we just got obliterated by Alabama. No, we have to come back and have amnesia. Next opponent, next game, next opportunity. You gotta have that type of mentality, man. And I feel like we do have that, and we have tunnel vision going forward, man. And all we just focus on Ole Miss.
I noticed, I think on the scout team there was a couple duplicate numbers out there. Were they doing that to kind of simulate the speed, and how did that go today?
Yes, and they did very well out there. The scout team did very well for us. They did a good job putting those guys in position that where we feel like that we're going to get a look in. Of course, they can't just emulate those guys perfectly, but, those scouts giving their best out there, man. They're giving us a great look.
When you have a coach like John Chavis that takes responsibility for not having you guys in proper calls on Saturday, what's that do for you guys when you come in and meet and he takes responsibility for that?
That just shows that our coach is just as part of our family and he loves it just as much as he loves himself, and that's the unconditional love. Own up to what you make mistakes in, just like we got own up to what we make mistakes in, but we all correct them. It just shows that, everybody has a hand in everything, and it's never just a you or point fingers. We all have to take their responsibility together. So I love Coach Chavis for that.
When you look at A.J. Brown and D.K. Metcalf on film, what jumps out aside from their size?
Their ability to run routes. They do a great job sticking their routes at the top. They do a great job selling their routes. And they can get very elusive. Like I said, they're very strong as well, with their hands. So you have to be very careful with how you play those guys. You can't just go on with unsound technique, because they really can take advantage of that. Those guys are NFL receivers.